La lámpara. A ver, voy a desactivar esto. Listo. Ahí, sí, se ve. Ahí. Ahí tengo que comprar un adaptador para acá. Esto. Bueno, primero pues voy a iniciar que ya dejé de hacer esto. Estaba esperando que se secara este saloncito. Aquí no está. Volver, todo fue tu tarea. Madre mía. Vamos a sacar tarea. Adelantar también. Primero vamos a hacer lo que hay que hacer. Primero lo que hay que hacer. Voy a dejar con un horario. Primero no es mucho más. Primero voy a hacer con esto. Tengo un adaptador. Bueno. Pues subir el volumen. Vamos a darle. Voy a recordar lo que soñé. Te recuerdo lo que soñé. Vamos a darle. Ok. ¡Oh, Dios mío, madre! Today is February 15, Wednesday, and we are at 3:45 p.m. Let's go. Let's start with another episode of Lemon Dream. Wow, I think it was 4 or 5 days that I haven't yes I haven't posted posted um, a podcast, a video, well, a record of me of the dreams. The last one was that nightmare of the vampires, that stuff. Them. Well, I think I don't know if in this day I'm going to send you what's into the Spotify this dream, another one, another one, and another one. Four dreams more. I hope that also another one that I have in mind. I think I remember. Let's start. Oh, I'm going to talk. Yeah, by the way, I came back from the faculty. I'm here in my house, and yeah, I think I have a headache. I I think for the tiring, or maybe for the stress, or maybe because I I don't want to well I only think to sleep, right, but I don't want to fall asleep and sleep 5 hours and then lost all my time. But yeah, I'm going to resist. It's everything is based on resist and have the motivation, preparation, and time. Let's go. Okay. I remember I was with my friends Victor Hugo, Santiago, and another guy in I know how to say quinta, or in a place that you have a pool. And in this case, we were talking about what are we going to do the well, not about what are we going to do, it was about what we did and some past experiences. For example, when we trained to in Via Deportiva, or the sport barrio, the sport street in Sundays, that is closed from 6 a.m. until 11 p.m. or 12 p.m. in order to train. Yeah, to train, because when the sun rises and the afternoon starts, the the street opens for the cars, and the bicycles and the people they take out in order to go to their homes. Yeah, yeah. We're talking about that, also about what more. Uh, oh damn! I remember another thing. Okay, I'm going to tell you later. But in that case, I remember I was talking with them, and what more? Um, then another person appeared. I think it was Max or Paco or another coach. I don't remember his face or her face. I think it was a man, but he was listening to us, and then we opened a conversation about a coach that um, he was in Roofer a long time ago, and his name is Kike Enrique. Oh, the best coach, very funny. Also, a very deep man. I have, well, he has my respect. And yeah, by the way, he represented me in duathlon. Um, he represented our country, Mexico, in a national triathlon, sorry, duathlon. I think it's called it in English. Like is. running, bicycle, and then running, and he won the I think one of the first 10 places. I don't remember, but yeah, he is very very fast. Well, we put that subject of for conversation, and then another guy, I think it was another coach or a parent, or I don't remember. Well, a group of guys that were wearing like staff guys or staff guards, like in a party, were carrying some bags of ice, or maybe those were, I don't remember. It was like them. Mm, maybe I remember that those bags were white, and the guys, I think there were three or two guys that were wearing a jeans pants, a black t-shirt, a black cap. I think I don't remember if there were sunglasses, but yeah, they look not very fat, but with a stomach, well, a big stomach in order to also that they had strong muscles in order to carry those bags. Yeah, like not fat people, but people that went to the gym, maybe don't do a lot of ABS in order to have squares in their stomach, but they are very strong. Also, as the American football, or I think it's called it only football. Football soccer is the other one with the legs and the ball and the shoes. Yes, but about this case, I remember that, and then I remember that I appeared in a school, in a public school, because I remember that after well, I was in, damn it, I remember something more. Before we changed to place to a school, a public school, imagine the Yamaki, but in a junior universe and in a public school. I remember that what happened. Um, we were, or well, we appeared, or we with a white car drove to a car station, like well those stores that you can buy cars, new cars, and also well if you're a noob like me, or well, you were a noob like me, or maybe for you passed, but for accidentally you enter to a car and then you click on the secure button and then you try to open, and when you open it the car start to make the beep 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 sound, and bruh, you are very embarrassing and you are very sad and disappointed of yourself. But yeah, don't worry, it can pass. It's normal, I think. Well, I think. But yeah, that happened. Well, about the beep beep car, no, but um, um, I remember that place that was white with that white floor, a lot of cars, and some guys over there. Oh, by the way, before the appearing to that place, we didn't enter to the pool or we didn't eat something. We only were preparing the the place in order to have a meeting. Yeah, in that papalote, in that quinta, in that place that you have the pool and yeah, that stuff. I think it's quinta also in English. But yeah, the next thing was about the school, as I told you, I mentioned it. And something that I can remember is that I remember that green color in the walls with that yellow and also blue in some parts of the walls that were decorating the place, but the the material of the walls was not, or yeah, the material was not very robust, or well, very sliced, very, how do you say, like when you touch it and then it feels very very uh, plain, or very uh, it's comfortable, but well, in this case, it was not comfortable because they were in the wall, in those walls. I remember that were like those circles, like stone or yeah, like stone, but with a bad quality, like in a old house, or well, not an old house, but yeah, a house of a farm, but um, constructed very fast with a bad quality. Well, I remember that school, and in one classroom, well, I remember that the doors were made of crystals, like in female, but instead of a white corner or a white corners or white, I don't know how to say esquinas or where the orillas or white corners with metal, they were instead of white, black, and the numbers of the classrooms appeared also as female in a part like this at the bottom, and I remember that maybe my classroom was they will have the number 2634, something like that. Well, it was a random number, I don't remember, but I remember a 2 and a 6 in that classroom, also 4. And about the teacher, because, well, about the students, I remember there were Jesus, Emmanuel, Derek, Diana, Guillermo, well, female guys like my partners of the physics 2 subject with Dr. Enrique Lopez Cuellar. But the teacher, I remember the teacher was, yeah, she was a combination of three teachers that gave me a subject. Well, two were in math and one was also in math, but it was from primary. Also, she was my first teacher when I entered to EMAC, but she was a combination of, well, sorry, it was not the, okay, I'm going to start again with the teacher. And well, I don't know if this very funable or very bad at saying these names, but I hope that it's only to keep it to as a register and also to remember it. Yeah. But the teacher was a combination of teacher Fanny from the CDF, she gave me math, teacher Andrea, the first teacher that I had when I entered to the primary, and Dr. Saida. She was my chemistry teacher. And I remember that the teacher has, well, had in that place, in that moment, uh, black shoes, but not like as how do you say, Skechers or boots or something like that. It was like those shoes, special shoes only for girls that are not like a tacones or tacos, but yeah, they are very comfortable for her or for the girls. And I remember a pair of blue jeans, a black t-shirt. No, it was a gray t-shirt with a leather with a t-shirt. Well, it was not a t-shirt. It was a sweater or a yeah, in order to cover you, like if you are cold, so because I remember the place was cold because there were some also windows in the school that reflected the sun on the place. But yeah, she was wearing that with a material of leather and it was black. Also, her hair, well, she had a brown hair and she was wearing also at her hair a black. It was a black mm, diadem or a black something about the girls that learn to don't have her hairs without a chongo or she was a or she had the hair. How do you say suelto? Well, mm, she had a normal hair like without any um, strength or well, those things that the chongos, I don't know how to say it in English, but yeah, it was long hair, and with that thing, diadema or decoration in her hair was color black, and I think that she was very calm. Also, she was not very tall as me. She was like in my size, more or less. And I remember that she asked me in order to arrive to our classroom, but before that, she was going to go to another classroom in order to give a kit. some markers in order to practice math, arithmetics. I remember that we went. Well, I came with her to another classroom. Like, hey, I'm going to give her wait for a minute, or maybe follow me, and I'm going to to give these markers to a girl that she was studying, maybe in a primary or a preschool. I don't remember, but she was a kid, the teacher, and then, well, also I was with the teacher, right? But we were to the kid in another classroom without um, any door, and there was, I remember, the wall was color green, the roof was white, uh, some corners were of blue color with a blue color, and there was in a part like in front of a window. The window had black corners. In front of the window was a white board, um, like those words that you can use in with markers, not as words as the classical one, the green ones with the, I don't know how to say his or well that material as stone. Well, yeah, you know that's those classic boards. Well, this one was a modern board, and the teacher gave her, I think it was three markers, one black, one green, and one blue, or maybe a red. I don't remember, or four. But after that, now she asked me, "Oh, where is the our room or our classroom in order to have the class?" And I guided her the to the room that my friends of female were over there. And after I arrived, I think that the class started. Also, the classroom was very similar as the Yamac ones, my secondary. Institución de Materiales Civil, yeah. But with a combination of maybe it was very clean, also with big windows in some parts were like, because there was only the sun outside without any lights inside of the classroom. Maybe though in the corners was very were very in the darkness, just darkness. But yeah, don't worry. And about that, I remember also that before, sorry, after that, I came to, well, I don't remember if I went out of the school. Oh yeah, I remember. This is very strange, but there was. I think I'm going to put it as in the title of the podcast. Maybe it's the third. No, I'm going to yeah, to write the title. I think the teacher, but a different teacher. Yeah. Okay. There was in a part of the dream, in the last part, I remember that I was in as I don't know if you have heard about now these times of Ukraine and Russia, that they were in a war, in a little war. Um, yeah, in this was happening in real life. In some part in my vacations, or maybe before. No, it was also in Finland in a week, in a yes, fin de semana, in a week, during the weekend. I watched some videos about the situation, and I got like not very focused. I was surprised by, okay, those people's, a lot of people were migrant in order to move to other places in order to don't have those bombs and missiles from Russia. But the people that tried that, a lot of people, well, I think a lot of, I don't know, but some were, because that place is very cold. There were a long lines in order to cross the border from Ukraine to another countries. I think in Europe, UK, Asia, India. Well, I don't know. I need to improve my skills of geography, but yeah. I remember that in this dream there was the before of that the people come to in order to visit the borders or the offices. The, I don't know how to say, cabinas, or the places that a guard is protecting the board and okay your papers and then you can pass or maybe the money or something like that. Well, I was with a jacket. I don't remember the color of the jacket, maybe a blue, maybe red, I don't remember. But I was walking, looking the corners, so looking the right of my and my left, and I remember that there was a long block street, and at the far point, not very far, like oh, okay, 5 kilometers, no, but it was like a point that I still appreciate those cabins, those structures that I mentioned, that there is a word. Also, the distance from I was walking to the those cabins, I think it was from 200 meters or 400 meters. It was very long, and with the length of the well, it was just mm, longitude, the anchura. Well, just about the length, and yes, I think it was. I'm going to check the length. I'm going to, if I say it's good. Okay. Length. Yeah, length is this angular. Yeah. Okay, width and long. Yeah. With the width, with the long, it was like 400 meters or 200. Yeah, it was. I think it was 400. Let's put it like 400 meters, like in a track and field. Yeah, it's like in a track and field race, in a track and field place. And about the width, I remember that it was like around 50 meters, like in a Olympic, how do you say, an Olympic pool. Those 50 meters that a swimmer needs to, well, must to swim in order to win. Well, it was, well, if we can calculate the area, that is 400. Let's. I'm going to check it in there. Here in my notebook. 400 times 50. Let's check. It's the result of yeah, 20,000 meters. That is equivalent to 2 kilometers of area. Yeah, let me check. I need to check. Come, come, come. 20 kilometers. Oh my gosh. 20 kilometers so long. Well, I think that I am wrong, or maybe, yeah. Oh, don't worry. Um, no, 2 kilometers. Well, damn, I'm going to check it. Like, um, yeah, this is very, it's taking a long, but yeah, only to confirm. Well, by the way, I am checking that those were the distances, and something that I can remember it was that some guys with the how do you say? Oh damn, yeah. Oh sorry, I did a mistake. About the with it was a orange t-shirt, like they were from staff or something like that. Like in construction, they were some in cars because the winter was very strong, and some were yeah 20 kilometers. Oh my gosh, yeah. Este, there were some guys in accommodating the things also like bottles or like botes basura or trash cans along trash cans in order to I don't know if recollect food or maybe pour them in order to have like torches long torches for the people that we're going to how do you say to walk and what I can remember something oh yeah about the place the weather. It was snowing. It was at night. There were lights in the corners also pointing to the street, the long street. The street was in a white color, like if the snow was arriving to the floor and everything was how do you say? Yeah, very cold. Also, poor people that were going to offend that because also I watched in a video that some people could die or could fall for the winter. Well, in my case, I don't remember in order to feel it because, well, in those times we were at in cold weathers, right, in Monterrey. Now, after one day of San Valentine's Day, now we are good, now warm weather. But yeah, yeah, I think I dreamed the before of that, how do you say, event, the before of that migration, that walk, that event that people cross to another country in order to save their lives or maybe go and escape. Well, I remember some cars that inside the people I told you, but in order to tell you again and more with more security, also more knowledge, I remember, yeah, well, I remember that in those cars, some people were with, well, there were, I don't recognize some faces, but they were like celebrating or they were talking or eating because yeah, it was very cold. But I don't remember if those persons were from Ukraine or from USA or from China or for Africa. I don't remember because I remember that they were wearing some in some cases gloves, black gloves or a cap like gorro. Yes. Um, I'm going to check it like gorro navideño. Uh, I need to check gorro de frío. Winter hat. Sorry, a winter hat. But I don't remember a lot of their skins. I remember one that was like a not a black skin or a brown skin, but it was something like a Mexican skin, but with it was very I don't know if it was for snow. It was like something blonde, by the way. But oh, one guy, and yeah, well, I remember that 2 kilometers, 20 kilometers, four 40 meters times sorry, 50 meters times 400. Oh my gosh, of area, 20 kilometers. Um, square, square. No, well, in this case, yeah, I think it's going to be square. Well, yeah, it was all over there. The meeting with some friend roofer, well, roofer friends, the school, and that event. Or that people, well, that event that occurs when the people are walking to the limits of a country in order to escape, in order to migrate or immigrate maybe. But yeah, I'm going to keep in the Taufaku direct and I'm going to tell you more about those things that I came in the during the past days. We'll see you next time and also exituarte is well subsidlat, rest study and do abdominals to be IBS. Ciao. See you next time. Ok, creo que acabo de ver cositas. Voy a poner la música otra vez y nos voy a ir por algo. Tengo que poner algo así como volver algo de un ratón de un temporizador, algo así. Luego lo voy a poner, luego lo planeo. Listo, ya regresé, bro. Voy a volver a decir otro sueño, entonces a repasar. Es que diablos, son cuántos sueños, déjame ver. ¿Qué? A ver si jala. Ahí está procesando. Están llamando. Podcast, a video, well, a record of me on the trainers. Was the number of kilometers, the stuff them. Listo, ya tiempo de ponernos serios, a ponernos a todo esto. Also another one, but I have in mind. Let's start. Came back from Iniciar otra vez. Voy a bajar más al máximo. Bueno, voy a dejarlo un poquito. Vamos a darle. Vamos a hablar de la casa de paredes de cristal. Voy a poner de la casa de paredes de cristal para que no queden dos juntos. Los videos de pesadilla. Pasaron dos videos de pesadilla. Ok. Ok, es tiempo de grabar otra vez este Rembem. Hello again. Well, as I told you the other episode, today is February 15th, and now we are at 4:51 p.m. And I think that later I'm going to go to run 5 kilometers, also to open my mind to start now working in my physics homework and also my second material homework that will the due date is tomorrow, and the physics 2 class is tomorrow also. Yeah, the day. And my German from Deutschland homework. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, at this dream, I remember that I was in a house that the walls were made of crystals, and I remember that the floor and also the roof was made with a white material that was very elegant, like quartz or quartz. I don't remember the translation to English, but it was made of something very well. If you watch it in like in mansions, in expensive houses, it was made of a very good material that is very popular for the how do you say the aesthetics, the aesthetics of the house to make it wonderful or pretty. And something that I remember it was that those it impressed myself that those were glass walls because something I can remember is that well after the things, the chairs, the tables, I was a piano over there. I'm going to tell you more details of the piano. I was in the second floor because it was very strange. The house is very strange because it was like floating the house, but in the base of the house it was like a circumference or a pillar. It was a material that maintained the house like floating, despite the fact that it was not floating. It was thanks to that pillar, to that circumference, to that as the third videos of how do you say the yeah, the girl that she's an architect. I was suggested with one of her videos. Also, I think she was a girlfriend of Jaime Tosana, YouTuber from music. But yeah, the house was made, was floating, was constructed. Well, the pillar was very resistant, and its stiffness was very high, like durability with high durability. That's why the material I think it was made of gold. No, no, sorry, metal or iron. It was a platinum material, a gray material, plateado, yeah, platinum, maybe a metal from a metallic material. And I remember that in the landscape I saw trees, the garden. I think over in a one part it was like in a, well, a pool. And okay, how was the first roof? Well, it was in an exterior way, right? And okay, how did you could you enter the house because the house was floating, right? The house need to go inside with for another form, right? Well, in this case, I don't remember how to enter the house, but maybe there was some stairs hiding in the house, or maybe in some sectors. Or well, I don't remember, but it was very cool. Also, the way the first floor was in order to make exercise, to um, be with your friends. It was a nice building. Also interesting in order to make it real. But how do you say? Yeah, I remember that around us was a landscape made of plants, trees, the garden, also the sky was blue. It was like 2 or 1 p.m. of the afternoon in that dream. But well, when I entered, I looked with my friends. Well, I watched my friends, Carla. Some were from FIME and biomedics, and also some were from Roofer and the 15 on my friend Dana. And I could see Kelly, Carla, Estefania, Miranda, Melissa Padilla. I don't know why, but Eric y Alex was over there. Santiago, another Santiago, Victor Hugo, what more? Uh, Eduardo from the 15, Dana's 15th birthday, also Dan over there, Kevin. There were also, I think, some guys of the cow or the Yamaka, I don't remember, but in the case of the biomedics group, they started to study. Oh, let's study. In my case, I wanted to study with them, but with the guys, they didn't like, or well, they didn't propose not to study with them, like only with our own group. Okay, let's do it. But we got distracted with the piano over there. That it was an electric piano, but it was made of like a wood material. Well, it was wood, and it was very very similar to a piano that is made of wood. So, by the way, but yeah, well, in this case we watched it and I could play it, and it was an electric piano that could take the form. Well, not take the form like the symphony, the partitures, the everything. You could change it like a synthesizer. I don't know how to say it in English, but you could change the voice and the how do you say the the sound, by the way. And something that I remember, it was that in a part of the dream with the guys and everyone, we started to explore. Well, I think we were in a room that there were some tables and there was also a glass because well there were some glasses like you can go like in the corner or in any part of the house you could watch the how do you say the trees. And also I think it was third floor, but it was alone, or maybe also it was into the open to the landscape, but I don't remember very well if I went up to that floor. But yeah, I could see chairs, a kitchen, a lot of books, papers, pencils. Like if that was, I think I was suggested by when I went to the Monterrey Technology, no, Technologic, bueno, Tecnológico Monterrey University, the Tecnológicos de Monterrey, of well, Monterrey Technologics University, that that in that library you could see also walls made of crystals, glasses, books, tables, like a library. Well, in this case, it was a mini, very, very mini, minimum place, but we are now in a house. Then everything changed, and I appeared in. I remember I was in cabins or in some. cylindrical places. Well, not very cylindrical. Well, it was a no, no, it was a not cylinder. Well, it was a cylinder, but in a part it was plain. In order to, there were a lot of basketball tracks. Well, tracks. No, it was basketball camps, basketball matches, basketball. I don't know how to say. Just let me check. Yeah, there were a lot over there, and the color was made of a blue color. And in this case, are canchas, courts. Yeah, basketball courts. There were a lot of basketball courts, and in, during the corners, I could perceive that we were, I don't know how to say rodeados. We were in between or in rodeados. Um, we were surrounded from a metallic material, circular metallic material, in all the parts, in all the building, that was very similar as the material in the Yemak basketball court in but the chalo with the roof. Yeah, well, it was made of that material of the roof. And something that I remember is that, how do you say? Um, uh, Let me check. Yeah. Well, let me remember. Okay, we were playing basketball, but how do you say? It was a strange basketball because I remember over there was my friend Maximiliano Malacara, Paulina Núñez, Luca Casillas, some guys of the Yemac, also Coach Francisco, my coach that gave me basketball when I was in secondary. Also, that's why I have one finger broken. Well, not broken, but disaccommodated or not in a good place. But yeah, don't worry. I can touch the guitar well, so don't worry. I remember that we were playing a type of basketball, but instead of only go to the points or to the, I don't know how to say canasta, to the track, to the, let me check canasta, to the basket, yeah, canasta, the basketball, or to the basketball hoop. Instead of going on to the basketball hoop and make a point or touch a point, yeah, whatever, it was like before do the point, you need to do a random thing, like for example, solve a physics problem, do ABS, talk with someone to the telephone. Oh well, in the conclusion, it was impossible. Well, very difficult in order to make a baseball cup. And at this case, something that I remember that in the case of Maximiliano, or yeah, Max, because he was very well, he's very funny and he's very easygoing. I miss that man, Maximiliano. Max, I love you. But yeah, I miss you. And he was the funny guy of the secondary in every classroom, in any event. He was very funny, very easygoing, a good person, by the way. Um, in my dream, he started to tell some things like, "Hey, we haven't touched the point, or we haven't win a point, and also the other team, they haven't inserted a point. So what is the purpose in order to do this?" And then the coach, Francisco, well, Coach Paco, well, I'm not going to say that word, but it was maybe later, it's just later. And he told us something important about the working in team, or maybe a resilience, something like that. I don't remember, but yeah, it was that. I think it was that. Let me check if. Oh yeah, it's keeping the recording. Mhm. Oh, by the way, I in by going back to the White House. I remember also my friend Armando, Alvaro, Corona, Becky, Romina. There were over there some rougher guys. Oh, by the way, I remember this. It was in a part of that dream also that we were in a farm, or in a, how do you say?
it's a landscape or well where you can go. Yeah, it was a farm and you can go to the animals and go to watch them. And in a part, like I think I don't know if we were contributing to the experiment or something like that, but um, there was a part that some kids, a lot of kids, like it was maybe result of the pandemic or well, I remember something about the pandemic, like oh the now the kids are very fragile, very easy to manipulate, blah blah blah, and well, um, the place, well, the industry, I don't remember the name of the industry. It was commanded by a teacher of I think I in my life I have never seen them, but well, seen him, but it was a man, and he was doing experiments with kids in order to make us strong and also resilient, but with the cause that they will be pigs or they will be animals. And no, my son as a giraffe or my I don't know daughter of my to a fish, but yeah, it was something very strange. But also I remember that it was a football match over there with a lot of pigs, and also the CEO told me also. I think it was not alone over there. I was with some guys also, but the CEO told us that if you over the guys that were experimented, also we were in a landscape like in a not in a laboratory or something like that, but in a free area. If the hands or well the normal people that were converting themselves also to animals, the leaves, the scrolls, the form, everything as animal, as the movie of Pinocho, Pinocho's movie, that if you lie, you will convert to another animal. So in my case, I don't remember if I converted to another animal, but I remember something that I was talking with a dog, and then the dog converted itself to a bird instead of a human for a bird. And then he told me something about don't expect some things or don't lose your mind in expectations. Only hear from the heart, something like that. Also, the how do you say the pigs were making noises and I don't know how to say it, but working or well playing football as I told you. But in the case that if they move a lot, they transmit energy to a machine or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah, that was the conclusion of that. How do you say it? Of that dream? Hope that you enjoy it. Also of the before or also the other ones. But see you next time and ciao ciao. Yeah, see you in some moments in order to have a nightmare, a dream. Yeah, we are going to hear it. But yeah, I think I'm going to tell this dream, the house, the floating house, or maybe the house with the crystal wall, something like that. Yeah. Okay. See you next time. Okay. Oh, madre. Ahorita vengo y no me tardo porque para editar lo del podcast. Se va rápido aquí. También voy a buscar a Augusto y a Mariana a ver si están en la casa. Ahorita.
Mankind is a child of the sun. Came the morn, which reflected us, and together the sun and the moon were the earth.
desayunar. Vamos al ratito. Voy a quedar directo. Y pues vamos al rato. Chaito.